What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the GTP9 by G&G. So this is the newest pistol by G&G, and a lot of you guys probably know G&G for their combat machine series, the SR series, or their rifles in general. They do make really nice AEGs and rifles and everything like that, even the ARP9, little submachine gun. Great gun overall, and a lot of people love their products. They have dipped their toes into the gas pistol world before, and they really weren't the best. I wouldn't say they were bad, but they were CO2, they were kind of that half blowback, and they really weren't that nice. This gun, when I first saw it, actually really surprised me. It is a full stroke, green gas blowback pistol. This is really nice to see because all of G&G's pistols in the past, at least to my knowledge, have only been CO2 and have never been full stroke. This gun overall feels really nice in your hands. It is a full polymer construction, so a lot of people are instantly turned away by that, but in your hands the gun is extremely solid. It has super aggressive serrations on the slide and great grip on the hand grip down here, and it does include a different size back strap as well for people with larger hands. The one it comes with is extremely comfortable in my opinion, and I feel like once you get this gun in your hands, you'll be pleasantly surprised. It doesn't really look or isn't modeled after anything that's in existence. It's kind of its own pistol, if that makes sense. You know, it's not a 1911, it's not an M9, it's not a Glock. It's this kind of HK, kind of Glock, kind of one-off pistol that takes a lot of really good characteristics from other guns and kind of throws it into one. It does have an ambidextrous slide catch, and it is super crisp and easy to access from both sides. It has an ambidextrous magazine release, and the magazine fall right out, and it's a very smooth and reassuring magazine release and a just reload in general. For you guys who like to drop magazines, this gun, it feels like there's butter in the magwell. It's crazy. That's the only way I can describe it. The other feature that it has is on the trigger. It has a dual stage trigger or dual safety trigger, whichever one you'd want to call it. So if you pull from the sides or you nick the trigger with your finger, it won't fire. But right here on the middle, there's a little, like, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's more or less like just a button that moves along with the trigger. So once that's depressed, it allows the trigger to move, and if it's not depressed, the trigger will continue to stay in safety. It also has a very simple push button safety on the left side, but it's technically ambidextrous because it just goes through the gun, left and right. It works really well, and it's very simple, so there's no bumping it like you would on a 1911 up here where you'd hold the gun. So that's a great feature in itself. There's no bumping the safety on or off. The gun also features a lower rail for you guys to attach, you know, lights or lasers or anything that you'd want to attach down there. It does come with a rail, which is a great feature in itself. One thing I will note, and it's kind of cool to think about, is the thought process that went into this gun. The trigger guard here is flat up against the back of the rail. A lot of guns are at an angle or curved the other way. This is super cool because the flashlight or laser that you would be attaching can now mount flush up against the trigger guard. And it's a very small detail, but I feel like it shouldn't go unnoticed. Another really interesting thing about this gun are its iron sights. From the side, they look completely normal. You have your front post and your rear. They are painted white, so they do pop out when you look down the gun, which makes for super easy target acquisition. And the rear sights are where they get a little different, but they kind of hover and float. But when you look down it and you just line the white across, it'll work just like a normal iron sight. But otherwise, they're just a unique factor when it comes to the gun. Another thing about this gun is its takedown is extremely easy. There's a tab right here that you pull down, rack it backwards, and it comes apart just like any other pistol. Super smooth action. Everything feels very smooth and nothing feels like it's grinding. Everything feels like it's just made really, really well. probably one of the most unique features of this pistol compared to any gas pistol that's ever been on the market, to my knowledge, is the hop-up adjustment. Typically, you would go ahead and take the magazine out, do what I just did, disassemble the gun, set down the lower receiver, and then adjust your hop-up right here. It's not hard by any means, but it is a little tedious when you have to shoot a few rounds, come back in, adjust your hop, put it back on, shoot a few rounds, take your slide off, adjust your hop, and then just do that, and it takes a lot of time. Something really unique, and I was blown away when I saw this feature, was down here in the handguard, there's this little tab that says push. I was kind of confused, so I pushed it. And this little piece pops out. And you put it into the front of your barrel, and you'll feel it grab like a groove, and you turn it left and right. And that's how you adjust your hop up. And you'll hear clicks and feel clicks as you do it. And then when you're done, you take it out, put it back in your grip, and your hop is now adjusted. Need to make a quick adjustment, pop this out, put it in the barrel, click, 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 take it out, put it back in your grip, and you're good to go. If that's not the most convenient handgun hop-up adjustment, I don't know what is, because comparing that to taking off your slide is honestly awesome. All right, so we're outside. We figured that everyone seems to enjoy us shooting the guns at various items. Today, we have a can of Campbell's tomato soup, 4 eggs, and Andrew's leftover meatloaf. It's all expired, so it was just left in the fridge, so, you know, reduce, reuse, recycle. Andrew's beef is actually not beef, it's made from that fake beef stuff. Kind of tastes like dog food, apparently, so we're gonna shoot it.
You sit in the blood of your brother.
Crack open a cold one for the boys.
Sick. Alright, solid meat. Like, I'm gonna have to clean the camera again. Ooh, that last one. I need more beef. Get more beef. Oh, we lost it. It just fell.
All right, so all those items got pretty shot up. So we're gonna jump back to the review. The only thing and only downside I can see in this pistol is it has 12mm counterclockwise threads under this orange tip. If you guys know, 14mm is kind of the standard for airsoft. So to see a 12mm, you will be able to run a lot of G&G's suppressors and things like that. But unfortunately, your options are a little bit limited by the 12mm counterclockwise threads. The magazine holds 27 rounds, so it is a nice double stack magazine, and it is green gas. I have done a little bit of testing and research, and it does get about 50 rounds per gas fill. That is weather dependent on all gas guns. Weather dependent will play a huge part in any consumption of a gas, but on a nice warm day, 50 rounds and 45 to 50 rounds seems to be about the average for a gas fill. Now I do recommend filling in between each BB load. That's just always been a rule of thumb. There's no need to push your limits when you could just add a little bit of gas and be 100% confident. The chrono readings will be playing right here. I'm currently filming before I got to do the chronograph, so I'll just let the image speak for itself. The gun says it's supposed to shoot between 300 and 330, but chrono readings with a .20 and green gas are always more accurate and something that I'd rather see than just what the manufacturer tells me. And the final and most mind-blowing thing, in my opinion, on this gun is it's only $120. For a green gas blowback pistol with different back straps, you get a speed loader, you get a patch, you get a plastic carrying case, and this super cool hop-up adjustment design for only 120 bucks. That's pretty awesome. So if you guys are in the market for a new, affordable green gas pistol, I highly recommend that you guys go take a look at one of these. If you do, you can come into our store, you can hold one, you can mess around with one. If you see one at your local field, hold one, mess with it, because it's honestly extremely comfortable. So if you guys have any other questions or do happen to own one of these and you have used it, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think for the guys who have used these, what you guys think for the guys who don't have one, what you guys think of our videos. Are they getting better? Feedback. I love to hear feedback on our videos. That's how they get better. That's how they're more enjoyable. So please go ahead, drop a comment down below and tell us what you like, dislike, and what you feel could be improved. Like I said, if you want to pick one up, go ahead and head over to ampedairsoft.com and pick yourself up a GTP9. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been Wes, and have an awesome day. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new pistol from G&G, the G&G GTP9.
G&G GTP9.